Rarity fine. I got some economic hawks, a gin and tonic on the rocks, where angels fear to tread. I say, choose your booze, let's hit the red eye. Think of young Diana Durbin and how she sung on rum and bourbon. Or enhance your luncheon hour with a planter's punch and a whiskey sour. If you feel like a wreck, try a horse's neck or a sherry with a cherry in the new finer size. If you don't name your poison, I'll have to get the boys in. The spirit of adventure opens one's eyes.
Mental Gen, are we prepared?
Tonight.
Tonight we have just gotten back from a lovely celebration involving
Massive amounts of alcohol.
not massive amounts of alcohol, just alcohol in general.
And we...
I've decided to, we have a couple more beers here.
And
We have decided to read.
we are reading a fic we would not normally read. Ever.
Eating Diamonds, a second-person vorfic.
By Unidentified 20xd6, the author of the lovely little tale that was...
Fuck Mare.
Yes.
Read it again, my friend.
And this time it's an entirely different challenge. Before we begin, though, we would like to give you some of the statistics and comments that this story has received. This story has received 9 upvotes.
39 downvotes.
Things people have said. Wall of text.
The fuck.
Only the dead can know peace from this evil.
Well, this is just pleasant.
Fuck my morbid curiosity.
Why the fuck, man? I'm not reading that, nor is anyone else. I hope making a porno like this makes you want to sigh and point to here.
Point to the rating system. The fuck did I just read?
Ew, Pepsi.
And I don't think it deserves all those red thumbs. It could have been a lot better.
For sure. And one of my personal favorites. Excuse me, can I be excused for the rest of my life?
Yes.
Alright, so...
This also, we should feel like it should be noted that this story was written to fulfill a challenge from his friend and was written in an hour, according to the description.
Yep. So anyway. To the gates of hell.
As we make our way to heaven.
The Nazi Alliance.
Primo Victoria.
Let it begin.
Eating Diamonds. A second-person vorfic by X for Filler and Las Fas. Also by Unidentified 20xd6.
Also, there's a background noise. Our location has changed for the week.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So anyway, let's not keep you guys distracted anymore.
The fourth wall became unstable at the old place, so we had to get it,
Aye! God damn it, Pinky. It's what I do! Pinky, do you really want to read this with us? Wait, why didn't I read... Ow. I'm leaving now.
We had to get the old place fumigated for fourth wall pains.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Moving right along.
you wake up, confused for a moment as to why you're so happy. You stretch your arms and sit up, scratching your head. As you sit up, the flood of memories come back to you. You grin and throw some pants over your naked legs. At least you're wearing pants. You stand up and listen to your knees pop. You arch your back and head downstairs to the kitchen. A row of knives line the magnetic strip you have placed above your sink. You grab the handle of the longest carving knife, just as you hear a light moan coming from your basement.
Oh god, the basement.
Don't go in the basement.
Ever.
Also, if there's breaks in when we're reading it, because we need to drink.
We are not done with our alcohol consumption, people.
The grin on your face spreads wider. You rub the knife blade on your naked chest, feeling the cool chill of metal in your bare skin before sticking the handle of the blade in your pants. The moan repeats a little louder this time.
Coming!
You shout in a sing-song voice. You reach above the sink, this time to the shelves above the knives. You grab a glass and fill it with tap water. It goes down your throat in a single swallow. You set the cup in the otherwise spotless sink and grab a paring knife and a cleaver. A blade in each hand and one in your jeans. You walk to the door of your basement. The door's handle is cold. The tile on your bare feet is colder. The door creaks open, and you are met with an absolute darkness. You reach your hand forward, feeling the wall for the inner lights, for the light switch. It snaps on. The lights take a second to go on. Enjoying the fluorescent buzz, you step into the basement. The walls around you are dark, and the steps are practically invisible. As you descend, the steps get brighter and brighter until finally you're standing at the bottom. The room smells of fresh dirt. It is bare except for the lights hanging on the roof. Ceiling, it should be. Ceiling above a single table. The moan escapes from under the blanket on the table. Without any further ado, you walk forward and rip off the blanket. Underneath, tied spread eagle on it, was a white pony with a purple mane. Her eyes, for it was obviously a female, were closed.
Good God, no!
Was open. A rivulet of drool coming down the left side of her face. You stand over her for a full minute, almost laying, breathing as she breathes, in and out, and breathing out as she breathes in, forming an intimate bond no kiss could ever compete with. A bubble comes out of her throat and pops on the surface of the saliva, breaking the moment.
This is it!
You say aloud, the moment you've been waiting for.
There's no quotation marks. The moment I've been waiting for!
You stick the cleaver next to the carving knife and reach into your pocket for the handkerchief filled with smelling salts. You caress the mare's nose with it and watch her stutter back to consciousness.
Hello? Hello? Where am I? Who are you? What are you doing?
Fear fills her voice as you simply stare at her.
Please untie me! I don't want to be here anymore!
You stand, silent and unblinking. The only movement you make is the rise and fall of your chest as you stand. Her silent sentinel, her stoic nature is broken as you see a tear run down her blue eye.
Please, for the love of Celestia, let me go!
You stick the handkerchief back in your pocket and grab the cleaver. You hold the knife an inch from her eye, enjoying the look of terror sweep over her face.
Do you know what this is?
You ask. A dam breaks inside her. It seems. She's crying openly now. Tears running rivers down her face. You take the knife and slide the back end across the track of tears running down her face.
It's a knife. Do you know what I'm going to do with it?
She cries harder and harder. The joy you felt slowly building suddenly turns to anger.
Shut the fuck up, bitch! Shut the hell up and answer me! I'm sorry, Middleton, I do not want to yell.
Yeah.
Not right now.
We have people within earshot, so...
Yes. Also, I cannot bring myself to yell for this story.
Her sobs stop instantly, overcome with hiccups.
You're going to set me free?
You laugh. Tears run down her face, soaking into the fur.
Eventually. But for now, I think I want to play. Oh, good God, no!
We would like to play. Silent sobs course through her body, shaking the table. You allow this disobedience to continue. You place the knives in your hands on the floor and go upstairs. You hear a hiccupy, sobbing sound from below.
Please, could you leave the lights on?
A smile crosses your face as you flick the switch and close the door. You run up the stairs, as giddy as a schoolgirl. You rummage through your dresser before finding a belt. Wrap around your biceps as you head to the closet, grabbing a dowel rod and some ties. Head back to the basement, put your ear to the door, listening for any sort of sound. You stand there for 2 minutes before deciding it's time to go down. Trip down the stairs is uneventful. But when you hit the base, you smell something new. A smell of urine has started to overpower the sweet smell of dirt. Anger flashes over your face for a split second, replaced quickly by an expressionless glaze. You walk over to the mare and say simply,
Name! What? Name! Rarity, please don't hurt me! I just want...
You cut her off with a swift gesture.
Stop whining! What is about to happen will hurt you far more than... it will hurt me, but there's a soft pleasure in pain, is a lot.
Oh, good, he's a sadist.
Yeah.
Whimpering began to intensify. You speak louder to cover the sound of her voice.
You have two choices. You can fight it, which will only make it worse, or you can enjoy it, letting the pain sweep over you, through you, in you. It is entirely up to you.
The whimpering intensified.
Are you ready?
Metal Gen, are we ready?
I don't know if I am, and I'm the one who has to voice these cries of terror.
Well, I'm just the narrator enjoying my beer.
I am enjoying mine as well.
Suddenly, she began screaming.
Help! Somebody help me! For the love of Celestia, please, somebody help me!
In one fluid motion, you drop to the floor and grab the paring knife.
The bad man is going to cut me! Just let him cut me, please! Someone help!
You listen to her scream as you twist the knife into the diamonds on her left rear leg. You allow her to scream like that for exactly 3 seconds before you bring the knife to her eye again.
You will be quiet now.
She ignores you, taking a deep breath in order to scream again. You reach forward with your empty hand and grab her throat, squeezing tightly.
I saw enough, or the next place this knife goes is into your pretty eye.
Her gaze fixes on you, but the eyes aren't filled with any sort of comprehension, just panic. Raise the knife to her eye, making sure she focuses on it. Open your mouth and run your tongue across the blade, letting the sweet taste of her blood fill your mouth.
Oh, good God, why?
Her attention suddenly snaps to your face, and you rub the knife against her cheeks and forehead, using her blood as war paint.
That was a warning. Your only warning. Refrain from screaming, or you will regret it. My God, I suddenly turned into Sean Connery, didn't I?
You're the man now, dog.
God, no.
You slowly let go of her throat, and her lungs fill with gasping sobs. You walk over to her bloody leg, listening to her tears.
I am going to explain what I am doing as I do it. I will not speak any louder than this. If you wish to hear me, you will shut your goddamn yap!
Red began to choke. You wait as she clears her airways. Her sobs are dramatically reduced.
Now, I am going to take this belt here and apply it over the leg above the cut, and I am going to pull it tight. It will hurt, but it will hurt less than if I did not use the belt. I suddenly feel the need to use Hannibal Lecter's voice.
Goofy, no! You slide the belt down across her leg, making it to the point to go past the gushing leg wound. Pull it tight and listen to her gasp. A smile plays across her bloody lips. Let it sit for 5 minutes before you reach for the carving knife on the floor.
I am now going to remove this leg. It should be deadened enough that you won't feel much. It might help if you don't watch.
Sobs begin to come from Mary's mouth again. Ignoring her, you swing the knife deep into her flesh, feeling it sink into the bone. Blood began to fall from the new cut, but not much. Most of it had already fallen out of her cutie marks. During dyeing the fur deep crimson. You make sure to furrow the skin, connective tissues, muscle, fat, tendons, and nerves, working with a practiced speed. You bare an inch of the bone. You reach your hand and rub the clean bone with your finger before swinging the handle of the cleaver. The bone snaps. Rarity screams. You pull off her leg and reach underneath the table for a sedative stored underneath. You quickly shove the needle deep into her soft stomach, pushing the plunger deep. She tries to struggle, but passes out within 8 seconds. You stand there, waiting until only the sounds coming from the table become a steady drip of blood, landing on the floor and the light moaning sound of Rarity breathing. the worst part done, you pick up the knives off the table and floor. The leg you wrap around your neck like a scarf. Begin climbing the staircase for the last time today. Reach the kitchen and place the leg on the counter. Cue to mark up. Reach on the counter, remove a cutting board. Place the bloody cut of meat on it. With surgical precision, you slit the leg from the hoof to thigh.
Good God, no.
What? Dropping the knife, you jam your fingers into the cut, savoring the feeling of the warmth. You begin to peel the skin from the fat, the sickly stripping sound making to your ears. You hear a small tune and realize you're humming. You allow the noise to continue as you feel the skin tearing from the leg. You take the bloody cut of skin, set it in the sink, or you run cold water over it. You reach for a large container of salt you have in your seasonings cupboard, pour it over the bloody pool of skin and water. You take the paring knife. You work on the cutting the well-marbled meat from the leg. Soon the bone is clean, and you have a pile of flesh sitting on the cutting board. Using a cleaver, cut the meat into inch-thick strips. Lay the strips out and liberally apply salt and pepper to the meat. You below the sink, you take out a bowl. You head to the fridge, open the door, blood coating the handle. Reach and pull out a large bottle of Pepsi and pour it into the bowl. Setting the bowl down, you grab the cleaver, begin cutting the strips into cubes, disposing in the bowl. So it fizzes, the meat hits, and the smell that hits your nose makes your stomach grumble.
I'm confused. What's with the Pepsi?
He's sauteing the meat.
With Pepsi?
Yes. Well, it's just like I have known someone that makes Dr. Pepper ribs. Oh, beautiful thing. So it fizzes the meat. With that done, you drop your pants in the middle of the floor and go take a shower. Hot water washing over the blood crusted on your face and chest down the drain. Soap turns the bloody flow into a fluffy pink that you try not to focus on. You savor the warmth for exactly 13 seconds before you step out and dry yourself. Naked and still damp, you head back down in our clean kitchen. You stick your hands in the sink and pull out the skin. What? You wring it between your hands and tack it to the wall above the...
What?
Before walking over the stove. So it's like that scene from Boondock Saints.
Yeah, I guess.
Underneath the stove, put a large pot and place on the closest burner. Flick on the burner and head back over the fridge. You head back. Arms filled with butter, milk, and salted vegetables. Make quick work of the onions and peppers, dicing and throwing them in the pot before adding a stick of butter. You wait for the butter to melt before adding the milk and other sliced foodstuffs. You reach to the bowl and sink freshly marinated chunks of meat, also dropping them into the simmering pot by a handful. You stir the mix, intoxicated by the smell. After 21 minutes, you carefully lower the temperature of the pot to a slow boil. You add some seasonings and go watch TV for another 34 minutes as the stew simmers. Eventually, the smell entices you to the point that you can't stand it anymore. You enter the kitchen, the skin on the wall having dried. You pull the pot off the stove, sitting down on a pot holder placed on the table. You sit down before realizing that you don't have a bowl, correcting the mistake. You sit down once more, allowing the smells to overwhelm you. You ladle the soup into your bowl and take the first bite, its rich juices flowing down your chin. Close your eyes and savor the taste, chewing 55 times, while finally swallowing. After that, you gorge yourself, eating bowl after bowl until you are so stuffed you can no longer walk. You sit at the table and fall asleep. The pot of stew nearly half gone.
The end. I need to finish my drink now.
No, sure. Fuck it.
Well, I know we asked this a lot, well, indirectly, but I feel the need to ask it directly now. What the fuck did we just read?
Eating diamonds.
Metalgen. Before you ask why we read this, keep in mind of the massive amounts of alcohol we have consumed this night.
2 very dark ales.
Some more, and then 1 Newcastle and one
Killian's Irish Red.
which we drank while reading this.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, and when he says 2 very dark ales, he means 2 each for us. So, technically 4.
Yes. That was Eating Diamonds. Razor, give it a rating.
I refuse.
You refuse.
Unless you want me to give it a drunk rating, which would be entirely different from my normal ratings.
Okay.
4
4.
out of 100. I'm just kidding, out of 10.
4 out of 10. Seven.
You're serious?
Okay, 6 and 3/4 out of 10.
You can have the 7, but
I kind of enjoyed it. I like horror films. Oh, the horror films I love, Metal Gen. The horror films that I love are too many to be counted. So, something like this really doesn't faze me.
I, on the other hand... Why, oh god, why? Anyway, that concludes our very first ever drunk reading. We hope you enjoyed this, and
Yes.
yeah, if you didn't, I really don't care. I'm happy right now, and I want to keep being happy.
Yes, we are very, very happy right now. We both get drunk. We're happy drunks.
Yes. And yes, which was why we were drunk enough to read something we would never read normally, ever.
Yep.
Ever.
Yep. Never, ever, ever.
Well, that concludes this reading.
Anyway, Mental Gen, have a pleasant evening. And remember, keep your stew pots clean.